All right, we are live, everybody. We had a tiny little technical issue, but we are good to go. I am Z Garcia. With me is Rebecca Thomason. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. Rebecca is the better half of the Thomason ensemble. And, people say that a lot. The whole, like, oh, here's my better half. But tonight we're going to prove it. I just had Hunter
Oh,
on
wow.
here
Yeah.
a few days ago. I'll be honest, not great. Not great.
Wow.
Kind of
Ooh,
flat.
throwing down. Shots
Um,
fired.
I kept looking at the background. I kept sort of like just browsing the
Is
games
it a little distracting?
when he was
Yeah.
talking. I'd just be like, San Juan, that's nice. But with Rebecca, that's not going to happen. Rebecca's going to keep it lively. She's going to be the better half. We all know it. I know it. You all
Oh,
know it.
man. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's going down. Way to
Anywho,
set the standard high
yeah,
there. No
right.
pressure, right?
It's just here's a bus. Get comfy with the wheels on it. Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
right under that bus. So
Bring it on.
we've
Oh, I need to
got.
bring up the.
You're gonna want to bring up the chat. I'm assuming you did already. I don't know.
I. No, I'm slow. I'll bring it
That's
up.
all right. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you. Kabuki Kid. Hello. Nice to see you. Michael. Hi.
Hey.
Timbo. Hey. 47 Street Cop.
There's
Everybody's
some
here.
names.
Battle Cry. I'm loving it. Hi, everybody. Welcome, y'all. Hope everything's good out there. Hope you're all having a good week. Hope you are keeping yourselves healthy and entertained. I was looking, by the way, as an update, I was looking through one of my cookbooks today, and, long story short, nothing came of it. But I will.
47 Street Cop.
Oh, I'm coming.
There
You're
we go. I
coming through
muted it.
my own. You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
I muted it. We're good. We're good. Hey, I see some names in the chat I recognize too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, peeps.
All right.
Right.
I've got a question, a pandemic question, which is about the board game. That's nice. It's a lovely break
Ooh.
from reality. Here we go. I'm going to add it to the broadcast. It says, in pandemic 2008. I love that. What tips can you give to still enjoy the game when you are the most experienced player and you don't want to be an alpha player nor bored? Saying nothing. This is never an issue I've had, honestly, when I'm the one teaching a group. And I'm not to say that sounds like I'm full of myself. I don't mean it that way at all. I know some people deal with alpha gaming and tendencies to do that. I get it. And some folks fall on the other side of that, being, alpha gamed at, right? But I just don't think it's that hard. I think folks who do it are very concerned with winning. And I understand we play games to win. Technically. I think we play games to have fun first, okay? You are attempting to win. That's the goal. You rarely get to it, right? Like that's the goal post. The running up to it is the fun, and that's really why you're there. And so I just don't care if we win. I don't think I won my first game of Pandemic ever, so why would I expect these 3 new people at the table to win the first time they play? Why would I rob them of discovering good moves? Of doing something that halfway through the game they realize, wow, that was a stupid setup I just did for myself by walking away from this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would you know that, You haven't played the game.
Yeah.
So I'll give folks input. I might say but it's all like rules related. It's all tying back to helping the rules settle. Things like they go, okay, well, I want to try to deal with this. I'm like, well, you'll make it there, but you run out of actions when you get there, so you'll have to wait till your next turn if you want to start clearing it. Like that kind of thing, right? Where it feels like kind of a tip, but also mainly just like, here's what the rules are. That's how I deal with it. Just back off of him, Let people discover the game. Let them have fun. You can still do your thing, You can still have fun, but and give input, right? Don't be like obtuse about if somebody asks.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't try to control everything. Don't try to win so much. That's basically it.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
think you and
thing
I
for
are
alpha
very
gaming?
lined up on that. I'm very not. I'm very chill about gaming like you are. I mean, I don't care if I win or not. Sometimes I probably should care more and be a little more competitive, but I'm more about the experience and just enjoying it. And I'm with you. I'm sensitive kind of to how the crowd's going.
Yeah.
So if there's somebody just, they're wanting to enjoy the game and try it out, I'm excited and enjoying the game too with fresh eyes. So I don't know. I don't seem to have that problem, I guess. I really enjoy the experience of it. So, which is good because sometimes, especially some of my favorite games, I don't have that great a win record.
Right,
so
right.
it really, that's not what it's about. It's about the memories and the experiences with it for me. So
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
It's
all about having fun, peeps. Have fun.
Have fun,
I
you
saw,
peeps.
okay. Yeah. Let's see here. I saw Kabuki sent me a troll question.
Question for
I saw
Rebecca.
it.
Why do you have War of the Ring now? That one?
Yeah, why do I hate War of the Ring now, she's saying.
Oh,
Yes,
it said
she's
have,
trolling
but I
me
guess
on
she
that.
means hate. Okay.
Uh-huh, yeah. No, I don't hate War of the Ring. I still love it. It's just not in my top 2 now, so everybody's freaking out about it. Yeah, the world ended when I brought my top 100 out this year because
Okay.
things shifted.
So
Yeah.
Did
Shifted.
they all come out already?
Yeah, they're out.
So what's your number one?
Yep. Viticulture.
So is Hunters, right? I mean,
I don't think currently, but it was his favorite for a long time.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we love that game. It's in his top. I know it's in his top 20. Yeah, he loves that game. Gosh, we've had it on our list for years now. It's been my favorite game pretty much since I started doing top 100s. So
Do you play?
Absolutely love it.
Do you play with any of the little modules that came from the Tuscany stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones?
Absolutely.
Which ones do you like from that?
We like to mix it up, honestly,
Yeah.
just to make it different each time we play. We just played last time with the fromage, so we had the cheese that you can tack onto your wine orders and this and that. And we hadn't played that one in a long time, and it's fun to go back and revisit it and see, just the different tactics that you can add on with these little modules. They're a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun with those. It's a nice, pretty chill game.
Which of those two weird ones do you like better, the cheese one or like the apples and tomatoes one?
I think I like the cheese one better.
The cheese one?
It's just, I feel like sometimes the apples and tomatoes and all that, sometimes it's almost too much. It distracts a little bit, I think, from the wine making. And the cheese is just kind of paired on with it, which is how cheese and wine should go, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little more thematic.
No, it makes sense.
But
I always thought thematically the whole, you're great at making wine, so now you start making tomato sauce. It's like, wait, why? What?
Because you're Italian,
Yeah,
I guess.
but cheese, kind of, sort of, right? Like, okay, I'm going to get into cheese because folks come by. I'll pair it with the wine. I'll try to sell more wine. But I now make tomato sauce, and it just seems weird. It seemed like a weird kind of thematically tacked on. But speaking of theme, we have a question here for you, Rebecca, that is very simple. Does theme matter to you?
Oh, yes. Quite a bit. Sometimes, I don't want to say more than the mechanisms because that's not exactly true, but it has a very strong bearing on whether or not I might like a game. The exception being abstracts, of course.
Sure.
But I expect those to be themeless or close to it. But with a really good game, especially a lot of the Euros that they have out there now, a lot of time that it really matters is when you're just enmeshed with the theme and you enjoy it so much. I think that's why I like space games so much, and games like with Tolkien's universe and things like that, because they usually do a pretty good job throwing all the theme together, and just for a minute you get to escape into that little realm and play with that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
I think it came up last week, I guess it was. Yeah, last week when I was talking to Hunter, and I don't think he cares nearly as much, right? He's not really about the theme as much.
Not as much as me, no.
Yeah, he's an animal. I told you.
No, he loves the theme, but I think with him too is he likes the elegance of how all of the mechanisms and the strategy need to come together as a challenge, and I think that's where
I get
he enjoys
that.
it
I
more.
understand that completely, but mechanisms have to be given meaning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like otherwise, you're just sort of arranging matches pointlessly. Ultimately, right? I mean, I'm going like really abstracted here. I'm looking at a very far away look at
I
it.
don't know. That's
What
probably
you are
how
doing
Hunter would define
mechanically,
Dominion.
what you're doing like mechanically in a game.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, if you know, squint enough where everything goes away, you really are just sort of manipulating bits with an objective. You're like
Yeah.
turning gears, hoping that this time when you turn those gears, you'll get like a pressed penny instead of, a broken vase, right? That's it. Like it's nothing that has anything to do with anything. The theme gives it meaning, technically, right? When you are aging the grapes and giving a tour and going to the next season, welcoming a visitor, all those things do like now mean something because there's window dressing there. I think
Yeah.
the theme has to be part of the conversation.
Oh, totally.
I just
Oh,
think it's
totally.
weird people who are like, I don't care about the theme at all. I'm like, then you're not really
That
playing games. You're just
that
sort of
is extreme.
solving
Yeah.
puzzles. You can just do
I th-
like jigsaws with. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I think though some people do like to abstract it and look at the puzzle itself as the challenge. I could see people doing that. I could understand coming from that, especially if like my family grew up playing a lot of card games and abstract games because that's
Well, sure.
pretty much all you could find out there, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, at the time, finding a board game store, oh my gosh, that would unheard of
Yeah.
in my neck of the woods, let alone my state probably. But the to do that now, I know you're used to that, right? You just pull back from the game and look at the puzzle and try to figure out all the little bits and how they go together.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm with you. I'm not that extreme. I like my theme. Give me my theme.
Yeah, I like my window dressing, my pretty pictures.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta
I'm a
have
sucker
that.
for the artwork.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, what have I got here? Jordan.
Oh, I just saw.
Jordan's asking me specifically, Z, what game in your review pile are you most excited to play? Honestly, it's looking grim, my man. It's looking grim.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a
Looking
bunch
grim.
of like, well, I keep playing games that I keep finding just not interesting.
Ooh.
It's everything lately has been average or below. I've played game after
Ooh.
game after game, and I'm like, even an expansion to a game I really like that I rated like an 8.5 or a 9. I mean, something
Yeah.
great. I just played the expansion. I forget what it was, like 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not a good expansion. I reviewed that. That might have gone live already. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, everything's just blah
Oof.
lately. I'm
That's
telling you.
that's crazy.
It's time to do something
Oh, I
else.
just saw. Yeah, no kidding. You got to break it up. Play a good game for a
I'm
little
gonna.
bit.
I'm thinking. I'm switching to just reviewing scenarios for Arkham Horror LCG because that at least
Ooh.
is lively. Like it's something that I can be like, oh, and the story's kind of this. The problem is I can't give spoilers, right? So I can't really talk about it too much, unfortunately. So I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's the worst thing and the best thing about legacy games too.
Yeah.
I gotta say, because man, I would love to chat for days about Clank Legacy, but you don't want to ruin the awesomeness of the fun little surprises in those games
Right.
with other people. Same thing with like when Pandemic Legacy 1 and 2, both of those, you're just itching to. Oh,
Yeah.
it's tough. I want to talk about them.
All right, let me see. Brent here is asking, Z, what made you decide to go to West Texas Con all those years ago? Oh, wow. Well, we got invited, for one thing. That's a big
Yeah, I was
part of
gonna
it.
say Wanda. Yeah.
Wanda invited us, and it was, everybody that we communicated with. We figured it would be a lovely time. We decided to go for that. It's something we hadn't done. We got invited, and
Yeah.
it seemed neat. And something we hadn't heard of before. So, we liked to be able to do those things. We couldn't do them all, right? Like everything we got invited to, we couldn't do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get the job done like at home. But
Yeah.
yeah, we like to sprinkle in a couple of them every year we could, and so that was one of them. And we had a great
Yeah, it was
time.
a lot of fun.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah, Wanda's a good hostess.
Absolutely.
She's still throwing down some good conventions.
Yeah, the
We had a lot of
nature
fun
of the
at the last one.
convention has sort of changed a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has a little bit because of her budget and whatnot. For those of you that don't know, West Texas Tabletop Con is in San Angelo, Texas. It's not a very big little town in Texas, and it is in West Texas. And the head librarian at the library there is the one that was gathering all this together. She's amazing, and she was putting together all of this and invited you guys, and she was having panels and stuff. And it was really interactive this year. They had a bunch of different, they didn't have a panel, but they had a lot of how to plays where you could go and do a bunch of games and learn how to do stuff. And they even did like a character creation for D&D. Anybody that was interested, they had stuff painting miniatures for the kids. Cool. She brought some of the cool, oh goodness, she had some of the cool toys that they have at the library where they could make buttons and play with this really neat 3-dimensional sandbox thing that they do with all their makerspace and all these different things that the library has. So the kids were all involved, and she had pitch card tournaments, and
nice. Wow.
It's a great convention. Yeah, it was still very busy. It was a lot smaller, scaled back as far as size, but for activities, she's still packing them in there. So
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, if you find a nice local convention, go support those, because they're a lot of times a blast and they're closer to home. So
yeah, well, and you could get into, create a relationship with people that you could possibly play with outside of a convention. So
yeah, absolutely, because now we have convention friends in San Angelo. Right. That's so cool.
Right. Yeah.
So.
All right, what do we got here? I have a question from Cora Lou for us. The question is. Ooh. How do you organize your large walls of games? So you can see a little bit of mine behind me, not too much, and then you've got a lot there of Rebecca's and Hunter's collection. So what about you two? How do you organize it?
Well, Hunter usually does it because it's like one of his favorite little things to do, and I find that stuff tedious. So I let him cut loose. And what he did this time is we have like a family game shelf. Our favorite go-to games are back here, but along the top wall, he put them by how heavy they are. And then we have another wall that's like all multiplayer games. So if we have 6 or more people over, we can just instantly go to that wall and just try to hit the games. So, and it changes as we make purchases and cull things. Then a bug will get him and he'll go and reorganize it a different way.
Yeah.
But how about you? What do you do?
It's a lot simpler than that. If it fits, it goes there.
That works.
Yeah.
I like that. You probably keep it in the same spot that way, right?
Usually. Things move around sometimes if I have like a little sliver and I'm like, man, I can't put something there. Oh, wait, this could move into that sliver, creating a slightly larger sliver from where it left. So that might happen, but really it's... there isn't any real solid rhyme or reason. I will have games that are related together. Like, for example, over there I have my my GIF series of games, all abstract 2-player games. They happen to all be together. But that's partly because all the boxes are the same size and they just fit there.
Yeah.
So no, not really a lot of rhyme or reason. I just sort of like to utilize the space. That's mostly it. I don't want to waste cubbyhole space. So that's what I'm doing. I got a St. Malo there that's kind of wasting space, but he might move. All right. So.
Oh, Easter traditions. I saw a thing about Easter traditions.
All right.
We usually do
go for it.
The Easter Bunny. I was going to say the Easter Bunny visits our house. I don't know about your house, but he usually is really nice and brings candy for everybody, which I thought was very thoughtful.
Stops here.
Really? Oh, you need to talk nicer to the Easter Bunny then, I think. But, yeah, he visits here. We usually have some kind of egg hunt and games and usually, like, read the Bible story or something. And just, I don't know, it's just a nice, peaceful, fun day. Good food, family. This year, obviously, the family part scaled down quite a bit. It's just the household, so it's going to be a little weird. but we'll do
Yeah.
some long distance Skyping with everybody. Do you guys do any like special dishes or anything around Easter or
No.
no? No.
It'll be a normal day, I think. Maybe more Animal Crossing because of all those eggs they've got in there. That's about it.
Got to do something with all those eggs.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder how many of you in the chat are Animal Crossing nuts. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there's a fair
That's
amount. Yeah.
I was gonna say I bet the game codes will just start splashing through.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. What have
I
you
think
done?
I know, right? Hunter, I think we're gonna drive him crazy with all the little blah, 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 talking and the
Yeah, yeah,
yep, yep, yeah.
yeah.
You're really good at that. It's like you've heard that or something.
It's so weird.
It
All right.
is, it is, and that music haunts your dreams.
Yeah, but it's very pleasant, so it's fine. I'm hearing it in the
No, it's
background.
cute.
Fine.
It's cute.
All right. I got one question here. Z, for Detective City of Angels, would you recommend playing through solo before doing the chisel for a group, or just go in as the chisel for your first playthrough? No, I think you should be familiar with it before you're the chisel, at least for the very first time. I would play through solo for that intro scenario. Play through solo, then teach the rest of your group. Kind of now knowing what's up. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's kind of a beast to learn and run that game a little bit, but it's really worth the experience. So it's so neat. All right.
Yeah, for games like that, it's really nice to have somebody who kind of knows what they're doing teach the group. It makes the startup a lot more of a nice experience.
Yeah. All right, Heather's talking about Onward. I guess I missed the conversation about Onward. I keep thinking about watching it, but I keep hearing lackluster things. I thought it was nice. I watched it. Disney Plus, I think. I watched it, and yeah, it's nice. I enjoyed it. It's a little samey. I think Pixar kind of lost that Pixar magic for me quite a few movies ago. But if you like Pixar movies, you know the flavor you're getting, and you get that. You know what I mean? It's like if there's a famous chocolate maker, you go buy chocolates from them, you kind of know what you're getting. Same thing, I think.
I haven't seen Onward yet, which is surprising. I guess everybody's too addicted to Animal Crossing to realize there's other things, out there in the world, but that time will come, I'm sure.
Oh.
Good stuff. Ooh, top cooperative games. Asking both of us. Top cooperative games. Ooh.
Let me see.
That's a good one. Trying to think of what
am I here? Yeah, you think on that. Top cooperative game, huh?
Yeah. Now, Spirit Island, is it considered full cooperative?
Yeah, that's a co-op. Yeah, that's full co-op.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good game. I always have trouble because I always think of co-op and I think of co-op with a trader, and those are really two different things because I like all the trader games. So it's really hard for me to pick a straight cooperative game. I'm really bad about that. But yeah, Spirit Island's really good. I love that. In fact, I want to play that again. That's a good one. I'm glad you made me think of that. Let's see. Mysterium, the girls. We were just talking about this the other night. Mysterium, the girls love that game. Love it. And it's really cute. Katie likes to be the ghost person now. She and Hunter take turns doing it. Because Nessa and I don't have any interest in it. We're trying to figure out what the heck the cards mean. We're good. But those two love playing the ghost, so they've been playing that. That's pretty cool.
You have the... I'm assuming you have the version with the big screen, right?
Yes.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Have you guys played Obscurio?
Yeah, that's great.
Have you played that yet? I like that game.
But that does have a traitor in it. That's got like a betrayer among the group. Yeah, that's good. That's probably more up to your street, probably, if you like that ability, the possibility or the guarantee that there is someone working against you. Yeah, that's neat. Obscure is neat. It's a little simpler too, I think. Mechanically, there's not as many sort of little hiccups along the way.
Yeah, I think so. I think that one's gone down really well. I want to play that again too. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, you just want to play everything. You've been
I
playing
do.
a
I want
lot
to
at
play all
home,
the
haven't
games,
you?
and of
You've been
course,
playing with the kids and with Hunter at home.
yes, yeah, yeah, we have been. It's been nice. Hunter and I made a decision that we wanted to play all of our favorite games, and not because we did a resolution last year where we were going to play
Mhm.
all the games in our collection. So even the ones we didn't like, we were going to try to figure out which ones we like more and blah 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 after we played the resolution. So we're like, after a while, it was like it's like, oh, we're gonna play this game. You know, it was like a chore. And now we're like, no, we're gonna play all the ones we really really want to play just for fun. So we're trying to check through that list. And
So you're talking about
the
games you
girls,
haven't played at all? Is that what you mean?
no, both games that we really really love and games that we really love and we maybe haven't played in a while. And then Nessa decided she wants to make a top 10. So we're playing games that, she really loves so that she can categorize all her games.
Okay.
So that's
Good.
been awesome. Yeah, it's good revisiting all the good stuff,
Oh, I know. I that's pretty rare for me because I'm always
Yeah, I was
consuming
gonna
new
say,
things to turn
yeah,
around and talk about it and get garbage for it online, which is
yeah,
great. I really enjoy that. It's my favorite thing. And
I bet.
so, no, I agree with you. It's hard to go back to those favorites, and kind of remember
Hmm.
why you had such a good time with it. Like, why, what about it
Yeah,
made you love it, right? That's fun. That's really fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine, yeah, as much reviewing as you have to do, it's probably pretty difficult for you to go back and revisit very many games in the course of a year, unless you're at a convention, maybe.
Yeah, conventions are actually a big one for that, especially
Yeah,
non-new release conventions, right? Like not Gen Con, not that kind of stuff, but like
gotcha.
a Dice Tower type convention or like a BGG or
Hmm.
whatever. Those where you can, especially our own and especially the retreat, because I'll we have the library there, but I also have my own games I can just bring with me, right?
Yeah,
And so I can teach something I really like that I maybe haven't played in a while, teach and play and sort of, play it myself again, show it to new people, something that maybe is no longer in, the public eye or that hot of a ticket. Yeah, that's so fun. I love doing that. That's really when it
yeah,
happens. Pretty much the only time it happens a lot where I get to play older games.
that
All
makes
right.
sense.
This is interesting here. This question from Nate. Nate
Ooh.
says, let me see if I can add it. Okay. It says Z/Rebecca, apps are ruining physical board games for me. Automated scoring/bookkeeping, no rules lawyering, no setup, tear down. Have you been unable to go back to the physical version of any games?
That's an interesting
It
question.
is interesting. I think the one that comes the closest for me is probably Onirim
Oh,
because
yes, I agree.
the shuffling is the monstrosity in that game,
Yes.
right? It's just unfortunately
Hmm.
because of mechanically how it operates, it requires
Yeah,
a lot of shuffling.
I
The
agree.
thing about the app is it's incomplete. As of right now, everything that exists for that game is not on the app. Most things that exist for that game are not in the app. So while I'll play the app every now and then, I still bring out the game consistently. So no, I don't. My answer for this question would have to be, so far, no. No game has game implementation in an app has made me never consider touching the cardboard creation again. No. What about you?
I would think Onirim's the exception for that because
Yeah.
I don't want to play physical Onirim anymore because of all the shuffling and how
Yeah.
easily that game goes through. I honestly, you might think it's funny, but I don't play very many app games. I'd rather play the physical game.
Oh, me too.
The only exception I have for whatever reason is Alhambra. I play Alhambra on my phone. Probably because we don't really like the two-player mechanism with that. So on the app, I'll just play like three people. I don't care, and just do that. And I just fiddle around with it, and I like playing that game. So I'll play that.
Nice.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's
I
I
didn't.
don't. I've been very Anti-app. I don't know.
I didn't know that Alhambra had an app. That's cool. I might have to look into that one.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice app. It's a little, if you have a smaller screen on your phone, you might squint a bit trying to look at all the
Sure,
cards,
yeah.
but other than that, no, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. I know a lot of people were just raving about, oh my goodness, Civilization game. I think Hunter was talking about it last time too. I just totally pulled a blank on it.
Civilization type game? Oh, Through the
Yes,
Ages?
Through the Ages. That's what it
Yeah,
was. It
yeah.
was Through the Ages that a lot of people, and you know what, we really haven't played it since he got the app because the
Yeah.
setup and stuff for that is such a beast.
I call it Through the
You know,
Stages of
that's a good way to look
Depression.
at it. But yeah, wow, that's harsh,
No,
harsh,
I know.
harsh.
I've never
But
played.
yeah,
Calm
there's,
down, people.
I
I've
don't
never
know,
played.
but yeah, I don't know. I haven't played very many app games to be honest. I played Star Realms for a
Yeah,
while
that
on
was
there. That was pretty
okay. That
fun.
was okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with you.
but I
Look, I
like
like the
it's a,
card. I like shuffling cards and chucking dice and moving stuff. Like,
yeah.
Plus, at the end of the day,
I guess
sometimes one thing I've noticed with board games used in apps, it robs
yeah,
you of grandeur a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed this with any apps, but like I'll play a
yeah,
board game, whatever.
yeah.
I'll pick one. Elysium is a neat card game about
I love
going
Elysium.
to Elysium. It's a card
Yeah,
collecting kind of game. You buy cards, you use your pillars, you grow your powers, you trigger your things. It feels like an engaging game. It takes about 45 minutes, maybe 60.
yeah.
If you played that game in an app, it would be 10 minutes with
That's
how
true.
quickly you would play, right? I
Yeah,
actually think that robs it of something. People are always complaining how
yeah.
like, "Oh, Z, you only like short games." That's not true. I think I wouldn't like that game if it was 10 minutes. I want it to
Yeah,
feel appropriate to the amount of thought and investment and sort of interest in it. If I
yeah.
did that for 10 minutes, if I feel robbed a little bit. So that's what I mean.
That's no. I think you're totally right on that because I think that's why. Because you're playing an app game, it's like the 10 million other clicky games you have on your phone. Oh, look, I won! Yay! Next. I don't know. Like you said, it just kind of robs you of something. There's not as much effort. I don't know. It just feels that way. It just feels
Yeah.
shallower than having the real bits to play with. So I get that.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
agree.
boy, it's great if you're stuck waiting in a weight room or something.
Yeah.
You don't have the board game to crack out. Those apps are pretty handy.
All right, let's see. What do we
But
got? We got Heather says, "Oh, 100% I will never play Onerim physically again." Well, you're a monster. Uh,
I agree with you, Heather.
Onitama
Team
has a
Heather.
fun app, says Fred.
Oh,
Aeon's End or Eon's End or whatever. Mark says that's the one they played digitally.
cool.
What else? Sagrada
I would.
apparently
I
has
would
an
like.
app.
I'll have to look at the Onirim one. That is. I mean, not Onirim. Onitama. That'd be
Yeah, that one's
good
pretty good.
stuff.
I've seen it. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Um, Favorite solo game? Asks Kabuki Kid. Do you like solo
Ooh.
games at all, Rebecca?
What's funny is I have played very few. I've played Onirim, and that series. I tried Friday. I
Yeah.
was not a fan. Friday hated me.
Yeah, it's
I
yeah.
hates a lot of people though. Yeah, I've heard that's kind of rough. But there's been a couple of games that I've tried that I really fell in love with, and the most recent one, honestly, was Wingspan. Played that solo and loved it. And I don't usually like to. And oh, Coffee Roaster. Those are my two. Those are my two go-to right now.
Wingspan Coffee
Um,
Roaster. Yeah,
yeah,
Kabuki
because
Kid
Coffee
said.
Roaster's made
Yeah,
that.
Kabuki Kid said. What is your favorite solo game? Is it Coffee Roaster?
Coffee
So
Roaster. Yeah,
I think for me,
yeah,
it's probably Onirim or Onirim or whatever. Yeah, that's probably it. I really also like the Arkham Horror LCG, but that's a different mood that I have to be in.
hmm Gotcha.
That's like I got to feel like setting up and investing time. I think it's very good, very immersive, but it takes
Mm-hmm.
time to sort of devote. You have to be in the mood to, look around and go, I got nothing to do for a while. I'm going to sit down and stake a claim on the table and play a long game by myself here.
Yeah, that's cool. So would you ever think about doing one of the campaign games or anything solo then because of its length, or is
You mean like Arkham
like
or
a
another game?
like Gloomhaven, one of the more like longer campaign games? Would you do something like that?
Gloomhaven, I don't think is for me. I played a tiny little bit of it. It seemed, like convoluted. Like there was just a ton going on. And from what I've heard from some folks that play it regularly with a group, it is quite convoluted. And some folks like that convolution. Some folks don't care that much about clarity, and that's great. I'm glad they're playing it. I've tried the Seventh Continent game.
Yeah,
And
I've heard a lot about that one too.
Yeah, I'm not in love with the structure of the game. It's kind of like a video game. You just sort of stop whenever you want to.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's sort of like a game of it is maybe 10 hours. So you play until you want to stop, and then you hit a point, you put your cards in a specific arrangement to save the game. And then next time you want to play, you bring it all out, kind of set it all up again. You just keep going from where you were until eventually you die or you win. I'm not in love with that structure. If I want to do that, I'll play a video game.
Yeah, I
don't
can see
have to
that.
reset it up, right? I don't have to build the island.
Yeah.
I just press load.
Yep.
But the game is neat. It's a cool concept. It's a cool world. It's fun to do. So I'm enjoying that one to a degree. The problem with all these games that have sort of that idea of save points and between chapters you level up. Arkham has this. Is that if you put them down for a while and you come back to it, you feel like you're starting the movie in the middle. You know what I mean? Not really,
totally.
I have a hard time doing that. Even with a book, it happens to me sometimes. Now, with a book, thankfully, I can just go to the beginning of the chapter. Or maybe into, the last chapter, a couple of pages. Great. But with those campaign games, like with the Arkham Living Card game, sometimes I've gone back to it, and I'm like, I just don't recall kind of like what my drive was, what the arc was. So I just restart. The problem is then I get about halfway through the campaign and I put it down. And so it's the same thing, I have a hard time getting through those. It's just having the time
because
and the
especially if they've got a pretty deep plot or something, and you haven't picked up that game in a while, that's a lot to pick back up. Plus all the rules.
Yeah,
So,
and it's not even that they haven't necessarily that I need to know things. It's not a whodunit, right? That I'm trying to figure out who's the murderer is. It's just that I want to invest myself in the game. I want to do that just for myself. And if I lose that thread, then it's just mechanisms again, right? And we were talking about this. I want that story. I want to know why I should feel tension or why I should feel fear or whatever.
Yeah. True enough.
All right, let's see. Let's try to catch up here. Da-da-da. Da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Somebody just asked you to organize your game collection in a certain way. Go back about 20 minutes. All right, question. What is the latest game you backed on Kickstarter? I like that.
Ooh.
All right, what do you got?
I'm the wrong person to ask because Hunter's favorite game is to mysteriously back something on Kickstarter, and then I pick up the mail and I'm like, "What's this?" And he's like, "I don't know." So I'm being constantly surprised by things, so I have no idea what we're doing with Kickstarter. I know that he's casually mentioned something had piqued his interest, but that's all as far as I know right now. I haven't bothered to cheat and look online or anything. So, do you back very many things on Kickstarter?
I don't. I do not back very many things. Very few. I think I have about 20 backed things ever. And some of those are not even board games. So, no, not really. But I do have A couple recently. Couple, yeah. And again, it's pretty rare for me because I have not backed very many at all. I know I've got one coming up.
Yeah.
That Ankh game from Come On. I'll be backing that.
Man,
I've heard
yes.
it looks good.
Yeah.
I've seen enough about it. I've heard from people I trust like Roy about it.
Yeah.
So I'm in when that hits. So that'll be one. Technically, that'll be the latest. But as of
Okay,
right
I'm
now,
pretty sure we're on that.
yeah. As of right now, the latest one I backed, which I think is still going, and you should back it if you're into this kind of game, is the Trekking the World game. Trekking the World is the follow-up, sort of, in spirit, to Trekking the National Parks. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful-looking game. It's kind of a family-weight game, but they are running one classy campaign over there. It is really just elegant. I really am sort of surprised by how well it's being run. Not surprised, that sounds mean. I am just blown away by how well it's being run, by how effective it is. It's beautiful. There's no stretch goals. It's a very clean game, a campaign page covered with gorgeous artwork, just beautiful. The communication is wonderful. I've read the updates. They're really well done. They're involving people, but not in tacky ways. I think they're doing a great job, and the game looks beautiful.
I love Trekking the National Parks.
Yeah.
That's been a family favorite since it came out, and so it looks like Hunter's Online. He said we backed it.
Get out of here.
And we're backing on, so yeah.
You had your chance. You had your chance, and you just sat there quietly.
He's not quiet. What'd you do to him? Oh my goodness. Yeah, good times. Yeah, I'm excited about that because I really liked the first game, so I'm really excited about Trekking the World. And I'm excited about Ankh. I saw Roy was chattering about that on Twitter, about how much he loved that. And I'm like, another one of those games. I like those big games. So, a lot of fun.
All right, what do we got here?
Chat's exploding. What's going on?
Kid says SOS Titanic is an underrated solo gem, should be reprinted. That's pretty neat. I think it might not be reprinted because it's kind of... the basis of it is solitaire, like with a deck of cards solitaire. Spider solitaire, kind of. And
okay.
I think it's too close to that to get a lot of extra love. I think it should... Honestly, if it was to be reprinted, I think it should deviate a little more. They should rework it a little bit. But it's fun. I have it. I've played it. I like it.
Yeah, cool.
It's like Klondike. Yeah, there it is. All right, what do we got here?
I missed a bunch of stuff here.
Kabuki Kid says last one they backed was Graphic Novel Adventures Season 3. Those are cool. There's Hunter. Talking about stuff.
Causing trouble.
Causing trouble. What games... Here's a good one. What games are the most aesthetically pleasing to you, whether it's due to artwork, components, etc.? Thank you for the question, Nate.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I know.
Aesthetically pleasing
I
to
have
me.
one. I have one right by me, actually. This is one of my go-tos as I talk about gorgeous artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
Is Yamatai. I think the art in this is just gorgeous. The colors, it's all really bright and vibrant, and the stuff that's on the board is beautiful, but it's also informative, so it's not just wasted space.
Yeah.
I love this. It's a smooth playing game. That one's just a pretty game, and it's within reach. It was like a bonus right there.
Yeah, I think most visually.
You got any pretty ones?
I think I like to.
A pretty game.
I like to go to Tobago for this one because it's... What I like about it is everything in it feeds a unified vision in Tobago, right? You are putting together an island with tiles, so the island is built differently every time. It's some random island, which makes sense. You don't know what it looks like. Great. And then there are palm trees that you put out, and they are little wooden carved and then painted palm trees. So the
Oh
palm
my
trees
gosh.
are wooden and 3D and gorgeous. And then there's these obelisks, these statues. And I think they are resin. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but they feel like stone. And so they're
Wow.
supposed to be stone. They feel like stone. Everything just, you look at that board and you go, just, it's unified. It's gorgeous. It tells a little story without you even playing yet, So I like that.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I'm gonna have to go look that one up. I like Everdell too. I think that's just cute.
Everdell is
I like
very
the artwork
nice.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just pretty, and with the beautiful little bits and pieces that you can play with that. I think that one's another beautiful game. There's so many really gorgeous games out there. A lot of people are kicking it up to a new level with
Oh, I know.
the production anymore.
Now
Oh yeah, Teotihuacan. Yeah, that's pretty too.
the game that stands out now, I find the games that tend to stand out now are the unattractive ones, right? I mean, most games are gorgeous.
Yeah, that's true.
Used to be.
That's true.
Used to be you'd get a Days of Wonder game and you'd be like, oh my goodness, these guys are on another level.
Yeah.
Now everything looks like a Days of Wonder game. And so it's the ones that aren't quite there that stand out. I think it's amazing.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, Pete Shirey says, hi, Z, wink, wink. What a weirdo. I love you, Pete. Nice to see you, buddy. All right, what do we got here? What game is Z talking about? I'm assuming that was just now. Tobago. 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 Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Not to be confused with the bagel.
The bagel is
the bagel.
A baked good. Bagels are baked, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And while they're maybe not aesthetically pleasing, they're delicious. So we'll let them go. Let's see. Ooh, I'm skipping back because I missed a whole bunch of chat stuff.
Yeah.
Sunset Over Water solo. I've played it multiplayer. I didn't even realize I had a solo. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful game.
I've played it solo. I'm trying to remember what I thought of it.
Oh, have you? Oh.
I thought it was okay. Yeah, it's a cute little. It's a similar feel when you're playing solitaire, and it's easy to do. It's a fairly simple solo. Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
that's not bad. I would try it if you got 15 minutes. That's all really it takes. I would try it.
Yeah, that's right. It's a quick one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Let's see here.
Have you played?
Thoughts? Oh, I missed that. Oh, what were you gonna ask?
Have you played from the same company? Have you played Herbaceous?
Yes, we own that one.
Yeah.
Love that game. I want to get
I think it's got a solitaire mode too.
Herbaceous Sprouts. I don't think I've played that
dice
one. I
game.
can't remember now. Yeah, I want to play that because I love Herbaceous. And that's got a pretty art on it too. That's another pretty game.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, I missed thoughts on Duelosaur Island. Oh, have you played Duelosaur Island, Z?
No, but I haven't played that or Dinosaur Island.
Oh, you have? Oh, man. It's like Jurassic Park in a box. After playing Dinosaur Island, though, I feel like Duelosaur Island just sells it short. I'd rather just play two-player Dinosaur Island, honestly, because they cut out some of the best parts. All the crazy dinosaurs and the way you do the park, a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's scaled down so much that it's I don't know. If you haven't played Dinosaur Island yet, you'll still think it's a great game. It's not like it's a bad game, but when you compare it to Dinosaur Island, I feel like, why? Why would you play this when you could play Dinosaur Island? So much better. And it's got hooligans. I can't believe you haven't played a game that doesn't have hooligans in it.
Hooligans?
Hooligans.
Like
yes.
little kids
So
being hooligans?
Yes, like it's in the rulebook. They're called hooligans. You have your paying customers, and then you have your rowdy hooligans that sneak into the park and don't pay admissions.
Oh, I gotta play this game.
You need to play this game. See, and you know what's also kind of messed up? If the security is breached, the dinosaurs eat your paying customers first. Those hooligans, because they're already good at jumping fences, they escape. I kid you not. Is that not the best thematic use?
That's great. The hooligans get out. They know what's up.
Yes. They're like, oh, it's going down. Gotta go. I love that game. That game is great. You're manipulating DNA and then making dinosaurs. I mean, it's Jurassic Park. I don't care what anybody says. Plus hooligans. That's like perfection right there.
This is an interesting question here from Mark B. It says for both of us, basically. For either Z or Rebecca, what is the best and worst way to get you to join up at a game at a con if we see you wandering around?
Oh, that is a great question. The best and the worst way?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gosh.
Well, I know the best way is just to come say hi and just ask if, we want to play a game. Just come up and be like, hi, we're, nice to see you. We have an opening. Can you play right now? Just ask. I don't know. I'm straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for me, too, as far as the best way to do it. Come up, say, hey, we're about to get started with a game of blank. We have space. Would you like to join? That's it. I mean, and then I'll say yes or no, or I hate that game, or probably won't say that, but or I just played this weekend, or whatever I say, or maybe I'm just wandering around. Sometimes I do like to decompress just by walking around. Yeah. But just ask, and then if I say no, be like, all right,
right now,
that's it.
So
the worst way, there's a lot of ways that can be a little pushy, I guess.
Yeah, don't do it like a sales pitch, because then,
right.
If someone says they can't do that, if you're like, oh, you want to play this game, and I'm like, no, I just said no, and now I definitely don't want to play this game because you're pushing it.
Yeah, so, I don't like. Yeah, that's part of it. Just respect people's moods, I guess, and whatever currently they wish to play or not. Don't wish to play. Don't try to be like sneaky about what we're playing. Like, don't try to, show me some prototype and like do it in a roundabout way, because then you force me to be rude to you then, by declining to play after I'm there already. Things like that. Just sort of, bad practices. There's also sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you, Rebecca, sometimes, but people try to be like show-offy a little bit by like coming up and doing the whole like like basically saying I'm like a bad mama jama at this game, you want to play it. That sounds weird. I'm not describing it right. It's basically like I can tell sometimes people want to come up to me and play a game with me because I know they're good at it. Like I know they just want to show me. You know what I mean? That's happened to me actually in co-op games. And in co-op games, pandemic.
I was going to say, I bet you get the pandemic expert, right? Yeah.
And that person, by the way, invariably an alpha gamer. Invariably.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
And they are doing it, I've got to assume, at least in part, to just show everybody at the table how extremely good they are at pandemic. And they just don't understand how little that impresses me. I just don't care.
Yeah. Nope. I don't get that too often, thankfully, but I usually have pretty low tolerance for that. Yeah, like you said, if people are getting too braggadocious, I'm like, that's nice. Well, I've got to go.
Word, braggadocious.
So, yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
What do we got here?
Hector was mentioning the last time I saw both Z and Rebecca, they were playing a game with my wife. I was playing Mario Kart with Rebecca's younger daughter and I accidentally upset her. I remember that because I don't know if you remember that. Gosh, it's been a while. We always have a tradition at Dice Tower Con. We always try to meet up and play like a quirky game or something.
On the last day or whatever,
before the con's over, Yeah, and Jeff and Bailey were there last time, and that's right, because the girls were not playing games. They were playing video games while we were playing. Yeah, it's been a while.
Right, gosh, I remember that.
Yeah, It's been a while.
Yes,
that's true.
Yes. Oh my goodness,
it's fun. That's the best way to catch you, like when you have some of your quirky games at the convention.
I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things. I was telling Hunter that one of my favorite, mini traditions, whatever you want to call it, is having dinner with you guys on the cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
I
That's a lot
love
of fun.
doing that. Finding your table is usually around the same place, and having one night where we have dinner.
Yeah.
Your parents are there, and I
Yep.
can go over there and join you with the kids. You too. It's
Yeah.
great. And I
Yeah,
think
it's fun.
that Sunday game at Dice
Yep.
Tower Con, or Dice Tower Con, it'll be Dice Tower East now, is part of
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Yep. That's fun stuff. Yay for traditions. That's why it's fun to go to the cons as much as you can, like repeatedly, because like you have your con friends. You always want to meet somebody and play that game, and it's just something extra to look forward to on those trips. I love those.
Yeah.
That's a blast.
What do
Let's
we
see
got
here.
here? Oh, yeah, Good Days Game says, I came this close to playing a game of Atlantis Rising with C, but I missed out by a few minutes. I did try to find you and wait for you, but then we had to get going, yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard thing too, is scheduling things during conventions it's almost impossible. It really is. It's so difficult. There's so much stuff going on, and games never run the length you think they're going to or whatever. That's probably the hardest thing, which is why it's really difficult. And I know people probably get frustrated, like, well, why won't you schedule more games or something? But it's hard to do that. I don't know how you guys schedule as many things as you do. There's so much going on at the conventions.
Yeah, well, having like scheduled times for games in specific tables, kind of specific tables, or at least an area, really worked well at Dice Tower West. I thought it was, a fantastic way to do it, because we could be around at
cool.
that time. We could, rotate in and out of new groups easily, and it felt organic, even though, we were scheduled at specific times. I thought it worked out really well.
That's cool, because I don't think you've ever done that at Dice Tower East, have you?
No, we haven't.
Like that? Okay.
But yeah, it worked.
Oh, that's
It worked
cool.
really well. So we might do it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being able to. Plus, it feels a little less like I'm shoving myself into like a game group if I'm scheduled to be
Yeah.
somewhere, and
Yeah.
and it feels natural for me to be there teaching whatever game I want to pull and play and teach, right? So I like that. I don't feel like I'm being overbearing that way. Like I'm, sitting down at some table and being like, you, come play, Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
I like it.
All right, what do we got here? We're almost out of time.
I know, the time flies when you're having fun.
I'm telling you, that
Oh, Dean
hour
was-
with Hunter, that felt like easily Titanic length.
I don't know if he's still in the chat. I haven't seen him
He's
pop
gotta
up
be.
in a
What's
while.
the point otherwise? Are you listening? Otherwise, it's not fun.
Oh, Dean was asking, hello, Dean. How many conventions you go to a year usually? How many do you go to now per year typically?
How many was it? Let's say, I don't know, between like eight and 10, maybe.
Cool. That's cool.
It's been as high as like 12 or 13, but about 8.
But you guys I was going to say you cut back a little bit this year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
notwithstanding
last
all the outside
Last year, yeah.
situations,
Yes.
yeah.
What about you?
So, yeah, we like to go to a lot of the little local cons like West Texas and Falls Con. I'm trying to think. Probably because we like to try to go to Dice Tower East.
The cruise.
Yeah, on the cruise. So I would say probably like 5, maybe 6 on good year when we can get to everything.
Yeah.
Because we try to do BGG Spring every year because that's a great family one. And trying to think, and Dice Tower and the cruise. And although it's going to be harder, they moved the cruise to February. It's like right in my competition season now for my students. It's crazy. So I know it's going to be probably hard for some people, but yeah, I love going to the conventions. I don't think I'd ever be interested in going to like Gen Con or any of the really big ones. I don't have an interest in the crush of people. I like to go, like Dice Tower to me is like the perfect size because it's all about the gaming and it's not too big. It's big enough, but not so big that you don't see people you're going around and you still see people you recognize, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I don't feel I'm being just another one in the crowd kind of thing. I like to go and see people I recognize and be like, and hang out with people, try new games, do stuff, and not feel claustrophobic, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And I like that size. And the small cons are great too, because you go to a small convention, if you decide to be extra social, you could work your way through and play with everybody before you leave for the weekend, which is amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there's Hunter.
Hunter did. Yeah, he's sad faced. Oh.
Oh, poor little guy. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm kidding.
Trolling Hunter in the last minutes. I see how it is.
Oh, this is great. Nathan says, "Don't feel bad, Hunter. You were the second most interesting Thomason on the Dice Tower this week."
Dang, you guys are mean.
Straight
trolls.
Burn, son. Woo. You're gonna need some lotion for that burn.
He's gonna come back and get you.
What was
guys.
that thing he used to say? Oh, it cracks me up. Kelvin? The Kelvin thing that Hunter used to...
the Kelvin? Oh, you guys did that.
Yeah, he cracks me
funny.
up. Hunter
is the best, that was funny, yes.
Me up. Yeah, the whole Kelvin thing, I honestly forget how that came about. Like, we were talking about being hot. Like, well, okay, go tell me, please.
No, because we were it was actually at West Texas.
Okay.
And we were with Sam and Dan King, and we were going to get dinner. And we were putting our names in for the order, and you were like last. And you went up, and they said, "Well, and what's your name?" And you go, "Kevin." You didn't even miss a beat, and we all just kind of stopped, and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, Kevin." And we're like, "Why did you just say your name was Kevin?" I mean, we're all just like flabbergasted by it.
Yeah.
And so he said, and you told us, trying to explain Z to people was a pain in the butt. I totally get it. I was just like, Kevin was such an arbitrary name. And then it just devolved from there to Kelvin, and I don't even remember.
Yeah, the Kelvin thing is because I think it went from there to like, oh, Z's being hot, so he's being Kelvin. Like, if I was like messing around, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're so Kelvin in that shirt," or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Kevin thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's where it started. It was pretty funny. So, now everybody knows the Kelvin story. That was pretty good stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was good stuff.
Oh,
yeah, that was good though. I mean, you didn't even miss a beat. You were just like, "My name's Kevin," and just everyone as one just kind of. Really? Is it now?
You guys almost gave me away. I know the guy behind the counter must have been like, "Who is this guy? Why is he?
Kind of like
is he a spy?" His
name was Voldemort or something, right? Yeah. They're like, "Yeah, sure, buddy." Yeah, that was good stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a lot of fun, Rebecca. I'm really glad you decided to do this with me.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having us. It's been a blast chatting, sir.
Yes.
Always a good time.
I'm glad I got to talk to both of you. It's been really good. And thanks to everybody who tuned in. We had a lot of good questions today.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was awesome.
Good conversation. Interesting stuff that came up. Yeah, nice. So that's going to do it for us tonight, everybody. Again, a big thanks to all of you for continuing to tune in to these daily chats. We've got stuff coming out every day. We've got these chats continuing. So please, hang in there, everybody. Stay safe, have fun, play games, and we love it. We appreciate you. Rebecca, thank you.
Yeah,
Hunter,
thank you. You guys have a wonderful time. Yes,
I love it. You're so Kelvin right now, Hunter. You're so Kelvin right now. All right, guys. We are out of here. Good night. Bye-bye.